Morning. It's Thursday, September 8th, and Eileen Cannon's order requiring the appointment of a special master to sift through the property seized in the search of Mar-a-Lago is a disaster for this country. Now, I'm not an attorney, and I can't speak to the legal points, which are many in this case. But I can speak to the fact that on the surface of this doc, this looks like a setup. She's a judge appointed by the former President Trump. And for some odd reason, I believe that she owes him a favor of some. Because calling for a special master is a tenuous deal. This is a delaying tactic, clear, outright delaying tactic. There's no question in my mind about that. In fact, the reasons that she gave are in fact muddled, according to the articles that I have read. They are tenuous at best, but we will have a minimum of 6 months delay in this case. And her rulings about the investigations that can continue and not continue using these documents is spurious, out of context. So I see this for what it really is, a political ploy. And I believe 100% that the Department of Justice will step up and offer a vigorous rebuttal to this order. But this order will then go to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. And that is a court of appeal that is loaded with Trump judges. So I don't believe that this situation is going to end well for this country. I believe that we have in our judicial system right now a pile of poorly selected judges who don't realize that their job is not a political one. It's a job of working for this country. Now, I'm saying that without any real facts in this case yet. But that's what I believe is going to happen. I think this thing is going to end up in the Supreme Court. And that's another disastrous place that exists in this country because of Trump's ability to appoint 3 judges. And we see what's happened to the Supreme Court already. Precedent has disappeared. So this order, this special master order, is a continuum of the devastation that was put upon this country during the Trump reign. And somehow or other, some sane people have to step up and win this fight, because this is a fight for our democracy. We cannot afford to have the ex-president of the United States, who clearly had no need for those documents. He claimed some personal reasons for some of those documents. He claimed executive privilege. When all those things ended the minute he had to leave the office, which he did unceremoniously and violated all the rules of common decency when he left, and started this monumental backlash against this country, the steal, the fraud. So just based upon those facts, and based upon the havoc that he has wreaked on this country, there should have been no decision for him to get a special master. Even if the judge believed he's entitled to one, he shouldn't have gotten it. And then there would have been screams in another direction. So that's where we're sitting right now. And even Bill Barr, the former Department of Justice Attorney General, has said this is a ridiculous decision. Bill Barr called the decision deeply flawed and urged the Department of Justice to appeal vigorously. He said the opinion, I think, was wrong, and I think the government should appeal it, he said. It's deeply flawed in a number of ways. I don't think the appointment of a special master is going to hold up. But we have to see. We have to wait and see if the Department of Justice does a vigorous appeal. The judge wrote on Monday that she agreed with Trump's legal team that a special master, a court-appointed independent third party, should review the records. She doesn't really say exactly why. This deal with the special master is going to take a long time before it gets cleared up. Because no matter which way the special master decides, the other side will probably initiate another action that will cause this mess to go before the circuit court and eventually end up in the Supreme Court anyhow. So why take the time to have a special master? Only one reason: to add more delay into this entire process. That is the total function of this deal. Delay, 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 and hope for the best. And the best may be that in 2 months, the Congress will revert to being controlled by Republicans. And this entire act will probably be buried somewhere. The J6 committee will disappear. And that's the hope. That's the hope for ex-President Trump. And that's the hope that's tied to this special master situation. What's really frightening is the fact that Trump, out of office for over 20 months, would believe that he had any rights to those documents. Those documents belong to the country, and they should have been turned over to the National Archives the minute that Trump left that White House. And why did he have them in the White House in the first place? So if we look at those facts, there is no question that this investigation is a valid, lawful event. And now we have a judge who is throwing a monkey wrench into the middle of this investigation. And she is intent upon proving that Trump is not the guilty. That's the way I see it. So right now, the Justice Department must mount a vigorous appeal against the judge's ruling. And whether or not that goes anywhere remains to be seen. But I have a feeling this is going to be, not over for a long time, and we will end up in the Supreme Court. So I leave you with those horrible thoughts this morning, and I'll see you. Bye.